It's Brian Preston, the money guy.
I love this one. Diversify your income streams and assets. And I think it's very appropriate that the picture that we have on the background on this is Michael Jordan with the first Air Jordans, version 1. And this was your add-in. I thought this was great because you're too young to be adding this comment, but it shows how unique your childhood was. Michael Jordan is what Al Bundy always aspired to be.
Yeah, man. In my world, Michael Jordan is the single best shoe salesman that ever lived.
Yeah, Al Bundy from Married with Children, by the way. You can just glean whatever things you want to from Bo's childhood from that statement.
By the way, none of our workforce had ever heard of that show. Yeah. No one even knew what that was.
Married with Children. So Al Bundy was a shoe salesman. And Michael Jordan, by the way, is crushing it. That's why I made the statement earlier. We think Scottie Pippen was way underpaid. But a lot of people don't realize Michael Jordan in a lot of aspects was also greatly underpaid as an NBA player, but nobody cared because they knew he was making an absolute fortune off of Nike. And let's talk about this. Air Jordan, if you don't know, because this is the part that always blows my mind. When pre-show we were talking about this. When I'm watching a college football game, can't wait for the fall. Please come back, college football. It cracks me up when I see a football player's jersey and there's the Air Jordan logo sitting right there. I'm like,
it's a wrong sport. You're not even in the right place.
Even the picture is of him slamming a basketball is on a football player's jersey. And that football player is daggum excited that Air Jordan brand is there. And the reason is because this brand is through the roof. And by the way, what has Last Dance done? Probably another generation of people will understand why Air Jordan is so popular. And this is why it is estimated that Michael Jordan is worth $2.1 billion.
And I would argue that it's not because of the money he made as a basketball player specifically. It's because he understood diversified income streams.
He made $94 million as an NBA player, but now it's estimated he makes around $130 million a year.
A year
from Air Jordans. I mean, so it's kind of a crazy thing, but that's not it. Michael Jordan also has Gatorade. He has Hanes. He has Upper Deck. I mean, he's really diversified a lot of his income sources, and it's incredible. And this is the last thing, and then I'll put the teachable moment. But I think I'll have to give you some stats when I see it. But Michael Jordan didn't want to work with Nike, by the way. He wanted to work with Adidas.
Most unbelievable part of the whole documentary.
Don't you think Adidas is probably going, oh, how did we screw that up? I mean, we would be a completely different company if we had Michael Jordan. So, but they gave it. He didn't even want to go to the meeting with
his mom,
with Nike. His mom, had to basically bully him into doing it. But here's the thing: Nike had the expectation that by the end of year 4, they wanted to have sold $3 million of Air Jordans. First year that Air Jordans are released, they sell $126 million.
I can't fathom to have an investment or that level of success to that extent, that unknown extent.
And I love the tagline from the campaign that came out of that. It must be the shoes.
Must be the shoes.
Because he was so daggum good when you saw him play. You're like, it has to be the shoes. Tell me that doesn't create a brand that people want to be a part of. And let's talk about planning opportunities from that. Diversification is your friend. I mean, this is one of those things. The bigger your portfolio, the bigger your enterprise gets, the more you need to diversify where your income streams are coming from. So you think about it. If you own a small business and it's making great income streams, this pandemic is probably showing you, whoa, things can turn on a dime. I better make sure I spread my income sources out a little bit more.
Look, I don't want to pick on anybody, but we talk about this all the time, Brian. In one specific industry, the builder, real estate developer industry, very often we see them go from one deal, roll it into another deal, roll it into another deal. And the only game that they're playing is they hope that the last deal that they do works out.
It's a boom or bust cycle, and that's what you want to diversify a little bit so it's not always a boom or bust. You know, you either way on top or you fall all the way to the bottom. And that's why we talk about army of dollar bills, because what is the whole purpose of you having an army of $1 bills that are working just as hard for you that you are with your back, your brains, and your back? I said back twice. Your back, brains, and hands.
With your back
it's
twice,
all right. I got excited about it, but the concept holds that you want your money working as hard as you do, because that's where true financial independence happens. And then, Bo, you brought up in pre-show planning, Net worth statements.
Yeah, if you don't know if you're diversified, right? One of the best ways to be able to tell if your assets are diversified, if you're spreading it out well, and not just across types of investment, but even like tax status. Are all my assets in pre-tax? Do I have any after tax? You should be doing a net worth statement every single year, at least annually. If you're not doing that, you're just flying blind. It's something I started doing way back over a decade ago, and I'm so glad now because I can actually see the path that I've moved on and how, as my circumstances have grown, so too is the diversification and breadth of my entire financial life.
And you know my regret. I didn't start doing a net worth statement until 2006.
Yep.
So I'm only 14 years into it. I would have loved to have had that net worth statement back pre-2006.